Happy Tuesday. It is April 13th. Kelly Collis, how you doing? Good morning.
Good morning. We have an update on a local sports legend, icon, however you want to call him. It's some really good news about Captain Obvious, who is just a fixture. If you're a Nats or Caps fan, you've definitely seen this guy.
Yeah, absolutely.
We also have this other guy all the way across the world in Australia that's gone viral, Tommy. And like you complain about constantly, he's gone viral literally all over the world, but still only has a couple hundred Instagram followers.
Because the internet is the worst.
But we're going to share his Instagram, and he has gotten really creative during his quarantine. It's just kind of incredible.
People are selfish monsters on the internet. Selfish monsters. You take and you take and you take. It's like the Hamilton lyric. I think that's a Hamilton lyric, isn't it?
I'm not sure about that one, Tommy.
All right, I'll look it up. I promise it might be one. Also, a celebrity that's not a monster. Yay!
Are you sure about that one?
Maybe, I don't know, but there was a very well loved iconic celebrity that was trending yesterday, and I was like, oh, what kind of horrible thing? Oh, not a horrible thing at all. That's great. We should share it, and we'll get into that in just a minute.
Live from DC. Broadcasting around the Beltway and beyond, it's Tommy and Kelly made in DC on the Real Fun DC channel and on demand anytime, anywhere you get your podcasts.
All right, Kelly, I feel like he is our top story this morning.
I know. So Captain Obvious, of course, if you've ever gone to a Nats or Caps game, you've seen this guy. He is the grown-ass man that dresses literally like a captain, always has a smile on his face, always has a beer in his hand, always willing to take photos and talk to fellow fans. He is just Mr. Positivity. We learned over the weekend that he had gotten very ill and had to be hospitalized due to complications of COVID. Hadn't heard from him in a couple days. I've been texting him. A lot of Nats fans have been reaching out to him. And he's been so sick, he hasn't been able to communicate. We are learning this morning that he has turned a corner and is doing much better. His family, his daughter and his son are by his side, and he's getting incredible care in Virginia. These are a couple times that, I've got to hang with him. He is just, his real name is Ted. I don't know if he wants me to disclose that.
Hey, what are you doing? The guy's been through enough. My goodness.
But he is just always just such a happy guy. Mm-hmm. And he's, kind of gone viral a couple times when he's been on ESPN. FP and Bob Carpenter gave him a shout out, wishing him well. And all the Nats fans have been praying and sending good vibes his way. And it looks like it's working.
That's awesome. I love to hear that. Because yesterday you were like trying to figure out, it was that moment of like being in this darkness of like, what's going on? I don't know what's happening. And the fact that he wasn't tweeting concerned us a little bit, because homeboy tweets and lives out loud.
He certainly does. And he did tweet that he had COVID. So I'm not revealing any, breaking any HIPAA laws here, but
that's good.
And that he was hospitalized, and then we just stopped hearing from him. So we're all wishing him well. He made it to opening day at Nats Park, so he did go to a game before he got sick. But I cannot wait to see that man again at Nats Park and give him a big old hug.
Yeah, giving some love to Captain Obvious this morning.
Yeah, look at that guy. I mean, he's been part of, a friend of the show for many years. He's back in the old days when we were on the radio. He would come to our Nats celebrations. He's come to our Nats games with our family. Obviously during the World Series, he was just, I don't even know how that man just was still standing, because he was there every opportunity.
He trained for it, literally for 11 years. He trained for it. He was ready for that day.
Totally. So good to hear that he's feeling better.
Love it. Much love to Captain Obvious this morning. Kelly, there's another man that you're pretty obsessed with too.
I saw this over the weekend and I'm like, he's incredible. So this guy, his name is David Marriott, doesn't appear to have any connection with the Marriott family here. He had to travel to London to go to, unfortunately, for his father's funeral. He's from Australia. As you might have heard, Australia has very strict quarantine rules. So when he got back to Australia, he had to quarantine in his hotel room, whatever it is, for like 10 days. He started taking carry-out bags of food, paper bags, and he became known as the paper cowboy. He made a cowboy hat. He made chaps. He even made a horse. The horse is propped up over the that's sort of the end of it there. The horse is propped up over the ironing board.
That's how he did it. I was wondering.
Yes. And so we're also learning that he is an art director. This is what he does for a living, but like you do feel a little sorry for him because it looks like he might be losing his mind in quarantine a little bit because he's become so bored. But he is a creative soul, and he just took his resources that he had and became the paper cowboy. Now, Tommy, if you go to his followers, there on the screen, this guy literally has been written up in Australian publications. I saw something in the Irish Times. The Today Show has done something on him. How many followers does he have there?
People on the internet are monsters. He only has 800 followers. This is not cool, people. Not cool.
No. And I was surprised. I was surprised by that because he literally has been everywhere. TV, print, gone viral. People are liking his stuff.
People are monsters. Follow this guy, people. What's wrong with you?
I see that you have followed. Hey, Tommy, scroll down to this is the one he did on this last night of quarantine. It was a throwback to there it is, the middle one there with the horse with the blood, a throwback to the Godfather scene when she wakes up with the horse's head covered in blood. So I mean, the guy has a sense of humor.
But luckily, though, it seems the horse is okay because the horse is on its way back to.
Yeah, I think he's flying home.
Yeah, the horse made it. Also, I'm sure because he has 800 followers, folks probably don't know about this guy, but your person sitting next to you in the airplane who's got the paper horse, I'd be like, what is going on with this dude?
No, totally. I love that it's made out of takeout bags.
Yes. And its name is Torn.
Oh, I feel like you would have done something like this, Tommy, if you had been forced with like minimal TV and minimal internet access. The creativity juices would have just been flowing.
I just recognize game on that one because he had the execution ability. Like one thing to think of a paper horse, but the other thing to like actually make a paper horse to look that cool.
Well, he did say because he had to do quarantine in London for the funeral, and he knew he had to do it in Australia, so he did have some supplies with him.
Oh, okay.
And was kind of like wasn't sure what he was going to do, but he had like the tape and the staplers and some glue and some basic scissors and things like that. But he didn't know quite what the vision was yet. But he was ready.
I guess if you're quarantining, you don't get maid service, but imagine like the maid service coming in and being like, "What the is?"
Well, he actually he did get some delivery to his door and some exchange of like fresh towels, and the staff there just embraced him, and he said that was part of his inspiration too, because he was bringing joy to some of the staff there with his creations.
I love that.
Yeah.
Way to go, David Marriott, the horse whisperer. Nice work.
I know.
Nice work. So you never know what to expect on the internet these days when you see something trending on Twitter, on Instagram, whatever. And yesterday, beloved millennial icon Macaulay Culkin was trending. And I was like, oh no, what kind of horrible thing has Macaulay Culkin done today? Don't shatter our childhood, Macaulay Culkin. What did you do? Turns out he had a baby with his girlfriend. Yay! It's good news. Yay! Way to go, Macaulay Culkin.
He's adulting.
Yes, he's adulting. He and Brenda Song welcomed their first child. The couple named the kid Dakota Song after Macaulay Culkin's sister. She passed away in 2008. Dakota Song Culkin. Way to go. It was just nice yesterday to see like a trending thing that was like, oh, this is a great thing. Way to go.
How old is that guy now?
He's 40.
Holy cow.
I know.
Yeah, didn't he have like a gambling and drug issue at some point?
Yeah, he had a little bit of the run through the child star ringer.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's good to see that he's come out on the other side.
Yep. But he and Drew Barrymore and Raven Simone have made it through. So way to go.
What a relief.
I'll tell you. It was just, I don't know. It was just nice. It just hit me yesterday, and it was just nice to see. Like, way to go, Macaulay Culkin and Brenda Song.
Is Brenda Song, is she famous?
Yeah, she's been in a bunch of movies. She was in Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, just like a bunch of stuff too.
Oh, okay.
She got a Netflix show. Yeah.
Got it.
Like, way to go. He also we don't talk about this enough, and we should as a society, that Macaulay Culkin dated Mila Kunis. That we should just talk about that more. Because it's not a couple you would think would be a couple.
Right. So him and Ashton Kutcher.
Yep.
And Bruce Willis. No, Bruce Willis said Demi Moore, and Ashton Kutcher. Yeah, but you know what I mean. It's all a complicated family.
It is a complicated family. But with Uncle Macaulay Culkin, like that sounds like a sitcom to me.
That's great.
I appreciate the good news sometimes. Hey, speaking of other good news, as we told you a months ago now at this point, we're planning a wedding. And that wedding that we're planning is happening this weekend. Weddings. Kelly, this is other good news. Look at this. It's just steeping with positivity today.
I love it. And you know what? The weather looks good for this weekend too.
Mm-hmm. So we're going to talk to Rachel about her DC micro wedding and also the local companies that she's bringing into the fold because she wanted to support a bunch of local businesses. And before we wrap this segment, Mallory was like, "You're right." It was from Wait For It, the song from Hamilton. Life doesn't discriminate. The sinners and the saints. It just takes and it takes and it takes.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Nailed it. I knew it was in there somewhere.
Thanks, Mallory.
Thanks, producer Mallory. We'll be right back.